A dedication to my dog Hera. To my best friend, I want to share my feelings and story of my dog Hera, my proud, beautiful red setter for 13 years that kept me company. There was a time in my life the emptiness I felt was unbearable. When I first met Hera, she was a long-eared, frightened puppy, so quiet and unprotected after parting ways from her mother. She sat in a corner without making any noise, like the other little puppies. It was like she was checking out my reactions towards her, wondering if I'll accept her into the family. Will I treat her kindly? At the time I didn't realise this, only as time passed, I saw how smart she was. I never wanted a pet in the house. I always believed that you had to have a special place like a yard with a doghouse. What you need is a special place in your heart. Our walks together gave me reason to get out of the house, motivating me to be more active. It was like she always had a big smile on her face. She loved going swimming and we would lay on the beach for hours. She would bark when it was too hot, letting me know when it was time for another swim. What a show she was. The years would pass. My loneliness was shared with my best friend. She made me happy. She could understand my moods. If I was in a bad mood, she would keep her distance. When I cried, she'd put her paw on my lap. If I held my face in my palms and to stop the tears and the sadness I felt sometimes in my life, she'd push her wet nose in my face and push my hands away. I don't know how, but when I would look into her eyes as she turned her head side to side, slightly crying with me, she would make me come to my senses and I would forget everything bad. Her aura was so positive, I'd snap out of that depression. I'd take my bike and I'd ride to the beach, always being accompanied by my best friend. She'd bark and jump around. It pleased her so much. I never had to tie her up. She knew to stay put and always stayed by my side. She knew not to annoy anyone or bite anyone. Sometimes I think she thought she was a person, the way that she sat in the car and looked out the window, her mouth wide open, enjoying the wind blowing into her face. She sat upright in the back seat, so proud people passing by noticed and admired her. What a beauty she was, my beautiful best friend. My Hera. So many things to remember, a journey we went through, good and bad, so many stories to tell, so many emotions. I gained her trust. She dedicated her friendship, never leaving my side, never disappointing me. Even when she became ill and didn't have the strength to go on, she'd look at me in a way to comfort me and tell me not to worry. I held her on my lap in my arms, and she knew her time had come. She tilted her head upwards, looking into my eyes, pouring tears. I patted her gently, whispering her name over and over again. Her paw rose slightly like a wave goodbye, and like a gust of wind, her last breath of life flew away. In those sad moments, I thought how lucky I was to have her in my life in some kind of way. I got better acquainted with myself. How calm she looks, not frightened. I guess she accepted her end. It made me think that every living thing has an end, and this was her time. My beautiful friend, goodbye, and thank you for making me realize how wonderful little things in life can be. I will never forget you.